screenshot.
Has the press gotten that lazy?
I pretty much know. I'm not kidding. Like, this has happened before. Let's talk about last year where Danish TV was doing a story on Syria, but the background picture they were using was a landscape screenshot from Assassin's Creed. And I'm pretty sure it was on Damascus. It was actually the city they were showing. But it's like 16th century Damascus, modern day Syria. Okay. And then 2 years ago, BBC used the Halo logo for the UNSC while speaking to UNSC officials, real life people.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't even get that one close either.
I can just see them doing a live interview from Germany, and all of a sudden you hear this in the background.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me just my water.
I do want to say on a personal note, I did start singing this in 6th grade when we were, not in 6th grade, but in my freshman year of high school when we had to do the biology classes with dissecting the frogs. I picked it up and started doing that.
Hello, my baby.
Yeah. How could you not? The frog's right there. You're just like, I got to do this.
They could do it from, when they do, Russia does their next space launch, they can do Spaceballs, and then they can do...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
And then they can have John Candy in the background of the tail. The waitress.
Barf. Barf. Nah, this is the Mercedes. Yeah, just surprising that they would even try to use that, especially for news articles. But come on, guys. Like, I expect this stuff on Fox News, for God's sakes. Oh, no.
Big ding for Bradley.
No, seriously, if you want... Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want a good laugh, type in a YouTube search Fox News and Mass Effect and just enjoy the absolute absurd news article they decided to go with. Next on 11 on Fox News, Mass Effect, the next game from BioWare, a huge, sci-fi thriller. It's turning your Xbox into a sex box. Like, what?
Well, you can get porn on there. So
I know, but it's like... Okay, no lie. The reporter, analyst, whoever you want to call it at that time, whoever decided to come up with this damn article, wanted to only saw like the brief like trailer online for the game, and noticed that one small little clip which showed the quote unquote sex scene. Yeah, if you enjoy basically 4 seconds of butt cleavage. Basically, decided that a 40-50 hour game was nothing more than a sex game. Let's run with a news article on this. Oh, wait, we have actual news journalists from the video game industry basically calling us out. And our only response to the question, all right, have you actually played the game, dear? Well, no, darling. Fox News, ladies and gentlemen.
We report, you decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of sad news. I got to go on and touch on base with this. We found out that Microsoft had to lay off 18,000 employees, unfortunately, at the beginning of last week. Of course, 12,500 of these being from the Nokia Devices and Services division. But also from this becomes the closure of the Microsoft Entertainment Studios, which was the studio created in 2013 to bring television-based content exclusively to Xbox Live. And this was helmed by former CBS television executive Nancy Tillman, if I got that correctly. And the main reason they said for this was basically from sourcing from all the people working within the company, saying that it was very disorganized and that they didn't really have a strong business plan set up, which was driving away a lot of potential prospects to come in. So sadly, basically poor management in regards to that, saying like, okay, we really want to bring televised content to the Xbox Live, and with the Xbox One right around the corner, making it all inclusive, all in one box.
Right.
Yeah, you might want to have some good focus in terms of business strategy beginning there. Might help, but sad to see that gone. But they do want to note that the Halo Nightfall and from Ridley Scott, as well as the Halo television series from Steven Spielberg, will still continue. I think there's also the wait for something. There you go. I think there was also the documentary series that they were going to do. I think it was also on the Legend of Atari's downfall. I think it was. They were doing.
I would like to see that.
Because that also they were going to do that, especially with the recent redigging up of the landfill, especially rumor. So
E.T. cartridges.
Yeah, which were there. It was real. So they found out, and that's going to be part of that.
E.T. phone home. Oh no, Atari.
Oh no. Seriously, Michael Jackson couldn't even save that game. There was a cross promotion with Michael Jackson for
Are you
that game.
serious?
Yeah, if you look back and try to find the old advertisements, it was like E.T. and Michael Jackson, like it promoting that game.
Funny.
Oh, the 80s. Need I say more?
I
So,
like the
again,
80s.
yeah, our thoughts and prayers go out to those who are going to be affected by this. Of course, it's going to be over the couple months going down the line, but still. Microsoft needs to get their act together. Again, they are going to stick with the games first philosophy, being that, Xbox, hey, we do games, so why don't we stick to that?
Hey, Xbox, turn on for once.
Seriously.
Didn't
Xbox,
they,
bang.
Didn't they acquire Nokia though? Because they were going to try
They
to get
did.
into like the cell
Yeah.
phone market. And stuff?
Yeah, they did acquire them, and just to hear that they're going to be Xing off a bunch of employees from the services from
That's
that,
crazy.
especially for the phones. Yeah. Yeah, again, this is be all restructuring that, kind of need to get their act together. So, unfortunately, bit of sad news, but it's the business world, sadly, for what it is. A little bit more upbeat, shall we say, almost. We did find out that especially in the Japanese owners for the Wii U can now make eShop payments via the gamepad's NFC chip scanner that they have in there. Mainly right now. I should just pause every time you're about to do that.
It's just unexpected now. That's
I
what's so
know.
fun about it.
We just found, of course, the make payments is basically bypasses the whole, enter in your information. They could just scan it through there. Now, the NFC chip scanner on the gamepad was going to be used in conjunction with little figurines that they were going to do for the Amiibo project, which was they're going to do in line with something like Skylanders, and especially with the upcoming Smash Brothers Brawl, not Brawl, but the Smash Brothers Wii U version that you can buy figurines and upgrade them, and then they transfer that information via NFC chip. But now if you want to make eShop payments, this is, again, only in Japan. This is in conjunction with the Sakura rechargeable smart card, which is a prepaid card that's mainly been used for like train fares. So they can do that if they want to make a payment. So interesting technology, but sad to see it's only being used in Japan at the moment. It could be interesting to see it be used a lot more nationally. But then again, I haven't seen too many, especially around here in the U.S., that use like NFC like card technology, especially. So, but should be interesting to see. Especially going on to the Dota news, especially since the International has now wrapped up. We now have a finalist for TI4. And get ready for your gong, because after having the two Chinese teams in there, Team Newbie versus Team VG Gaming comes out on top. Team Newbie takes a 3-1 victory over Team VG Gaming in a, well, let's say it was basically by the numbers. I'm sorry to say the championship wasn't really the most exciting thing. It was like clear-cut, straight dominance. First in the first game, you had VG Gaming coming out very strong and putting a shutdown to Newbie Gaming, but then the next 3 games after that, finally, were just strong picks from Newbie and just controlling the game the entire way, straight from the beginning, shutting them down in team fights, getting Roshan especially early enough in advance to make team fighting effectively, and just taking towers is easily enough. I mean, games were done within on average about 15-20 minutes. So yeah, so Newbie walks away with the 5 million grand prize winner with VG Gaming taking 1.5, and coming in third being Evil Genius, predominantly American gamers there, so they take third place. So, and after being televised, again, we're still trying to get the actual spectator views numbers, but I think preliminary showings were about 1.1 million viewers concurrently, especially via the game's in-game client and Twitch. Though unfortunately, we do not have the figures, because this was from the third viewing broadcasting, since this is the first time that TI was actually, and an esports was actually broadcasted on ESPN3 actually on Monday. So actually very interesting to see that, hey, esports is actually taking one giant leap forward and saying, hey, we're actually on a legitimate showing. I mean, sure, it's ESPN3. You're going up against, CFL and college sports, but still.
It's not ESPN, the Ocho.
It wasn't. They got above Ocho, son.
Start.
I know, it's a start. What can I say? So, but during also the event, they did also announce a new hero class. It was in rumor to which one it was going to be, but we did get the official word that it's going to be the Goblin Techies from original Dota 1 that are going to be transferred over. This was shown off in probably the most elaborate way possible during the All-Star match, which for Dota 2, the All-Star match is basically a joke match, which all your best players come on and play, the most gimmicky characters they allow you to play. And for God's sakes, I think the ending score of kills was about 105 to 43 to 23. But yeah, it's just basically them going and just fooling around with joke characters and being the crap out of each other. But the announcement came right as the both teams picked their characters, and right as the Arteezy from the team Tapkin picked in his character. The Dota devs immediately switched his character to the new character right then and there, and let off a light explode saying, "Hey guys, new character come out!" So the new character is being implemented right after TI, so should be in the game right now, so you can try it out. It's an interesting one, but a lot of people are dreading it especially for pub games, since it's designed to be lay bombs around the map and have a suicide kamikaze as an initial attack. So yeah, that's where the first blood's going to come into contact with that. So be forewarned out there, pub players. So we did find out as well a little bit of delay news. 2 games, especially Dragon Age Inquisition, has been knocked back to November 18th, and Battlefield Hardline is going to be knocked back to 2015, unfortunately. So sad what it is, but hopefully better development time for those guys. So, and we did find out, especially with the especially we reported last week on Sims 2 now no longer being developed with new content, and they're doing the ultimate upgrade for those already owners. They are going to give it out for free, especially to Origins owners, from now until July 31st. So if you get them right now, get into Origins on your account, you can get Sims 2 Ultimate Edition. So get on that. We did get a little bit of information since ComicCon's just starting out now, so we're just starting to get the information.
Yeah, news is already breaking.
Yeah, it's starting to break right now. Unfortunately, we're going to try and get as much as we can today. But it is what it is. We did find out through that, especially with the upcoming Halo Nightfall, we did get a look at the characters, especially for that. We get to take a look at the Agent Locke. The character is going to be played by one Mike Coulter, especially. We did find out that this is going to be more of a prequel leading into Halo 5. And that Agent Locke will actually be a playable character in Halo 5, surprisingly enough. So it should be interesting. I mean, if you look at Halo, especially Halo Nightfall, and look at the way they're going with that, it looks a lot, a little bit better, especially like from a visual movie standpoint, especially a lot bit better than what we had previously with Halo Forward Unto Dawn. Now, don't get me wrong, Forward Unto Dawn was pretty good, especially for a web series and stuff like that. But I'm not going to say it looks pretty good, especially with the picture. So,
all right.
And last bit of news I want to touch on. Sorry, that's a little dry. We did find out that actually Sony has agreed to a $15 million preliminary settlement in a class action lawsuit over the 2011 data breach, unfortunately. So there's class action lawsuit going on about that. And again, this is all preliminary in what it is, in the statements that it is. And they are going to be doing by the looks of it, it looks like they may be offering up more freebies, especially to those who've been affected by it, especially. So, again, they did have a welcome back loyalty program when it first originally broke by offering in 2 free games and, I think like a month's worth of like PlayStation Plus membership when that originally happened. But, yeah, this may actually be, they may be getting a little bit more hurt to them. But, yeah, this is what happens when, have a big breach in security. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the guy who did it just got a job over at Google, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Here's your job interview. Hack them. Go.
You would not believe how many people actually get jobs like that, especially in cyber. Yeah.
Dude, friend of mine, shout out to Ryan. I don't know if he likes our page yet or not. If not, I'll talk to him.
Why not?
He was actually at UMBC, but had to was kicked out because him and his hacker friends, they mistakenly hacked the internet connection for the Baltimore City Police Department that's on campus. But then he was offered a job with them like 2 days later to be part of their like cybersecurity systems.
Yeah, surprisingly how it turns out that way. Yeah. So if you ever want a job out there,
yeah, you know what to do.
The sad thing is,
the planet.
Basically, that's what a lot of people do, and you get paid. But surprising how it is. And on last bit of news I do want to touch on, it was I was wondering if not to throw this in there because originally it seemed like a rumor and I hate to quote on it, but there were showing cases that, hey, this is actually legitimate. Through confirmation news and listings through actually Canadian Target's Canada division, looking at inventory stocks, they've seen notice for a Majora's Mask for 3DS, especially. So Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask that came out originally on the Nintendo 64 is looking to make a 3DS port, looks to be later this year. Now, of course, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but showing that multiple employees have commented on this and saying, yeah, it's actually legitimate. We found it in the catalog and in the inventory stock, and there's picture prints for it. and with Nintendo going to be doing a Nintendo Direct in August, this might